colleagues representing Cornell University, Josh Brown, Stephanie Coe, and Emily D'Agostino. We just want to talk about some of the issues strategically facing Chief Supermarkets in their current climate. Chief Supermarkets is surrounded by a lot of low-price, value-oriented competitors in a saturated market. Its positioning has led to declining consumer counts and low brand perception in the community. In their competitive landscape currently, they face a lot of low-price competitors like Walmart, Myers, and a variety of others. And we feel that they can compete better on higher service and better quality. However, that's not offset by the price that they currently feature. According to SIRS market data, right now they have a 29 percentage point deficit when it comes to everyday low price. And so we feel that's a target that we can use to overcome. Demographically, there's four main segments that we want to target: families in motion, struggling societies, family unit, and pastoral pride. And these are prevalent throughout all of their locations. As a result of this mosaic data, we have several key areas we want to hone in on to target that large competitors may not be able to focus on as closely. We want to focus on obviously the value-focused customers. They're very advertised. They focus a lot on advertisements. They feature strong brand loyalty. There's a large number of children in many of the households in the largest segment, which is families in motion. And they also favor a lot of local entertainment, outdoor activities, and local sporting events. And now Josh will tell you a bit about our brand pillars.
So when we first approached this problem, we looked at the mission to delight our customers with great food and experiences. And when you look at their tactics, it fits under that mission. The wine tasting, the smokehouse, the Chiefs University. But what we realized is the mission lacks something in terms of direction and body, and we wanted to add these brand pillars to really give it extra focus. And these are the things that they will be the goals, absolutely, the Chiefs, they'll focus on, and they'll put all their energy behind as they approach this problem. And our pillars are great food, that they will be that premier provider of fresh in their market. Experience, that they will offer a great experience for their customer. Family tradition, that not only through service in the community, but also through product, they'll promote those family values that are really critical to their community, and of course value. Specifically, that they will be at a level that's accessible and affordable in terms of pricing. And I'm going to talk about each of them more, starting with great food. Great food is about right what it sounds like, great food. And when we looked through Chiefs, we found that they had some great examples, stuff like smokehouse. But there were certain areas where they definitely had room to improve if they're trying to be the premier provider in their market. And one of those areas was produce. We feel in produce that they need to implement a tactic to really take it to the next level. One thing they need to do is they really need to focus on how often they're checking through their product. Some of the things we found on Facebook and some of the other research we did showed that there were some serious complaints about the quality of the produce. So we feel that they should be on some regularity, an hour, having employees double check through produce, making sure the quality is there. Also to work on, you'll see the second and the fourth point on local sourcing and being the first to have really the absolute fresh. They do some local sourcing. We feel they could definitely do more. They're in a more rural area where there is a certain degree of product that's available. And they could really be that whole market position of we get the freshest product and we get it first. And we feel they should be pushing that in their advertising. On the bakery side, we saw the signature cookies and we thought that was great. Why not do more with it? Why not have signature pies, signature muffins, signature cakes, everything under the sun under these signature products and these flavors that we know their customer loves. Back on produce a little bit, I wanted to show you this to kind of get across the point. This is their Defiant store, and you'll see right up front, you see the bag, apples, the grocery in the boxes, and at the end of the day, the customer can say it doesn't seem fresh, it doesn't seem fresh. One of the biggest things with customers is the way it looks, right? So the suggestion we have here is in a store like this, where you have this product, and yes, you save on the labor to have it in the boxes, but why not have it in baskets, where you gotta put it in, but you have less product out on the sales floor, and so you have less shrink, and it looks a lot better for the customer. And this is an example where they can really improve in terms of their fresh image. And this is how we really felt they should communicate it. This was a communication message we came up with that we felt really focused and showed what it means to focus on fresh. And one of the things I want to point out with these tactics is these tactics, we're not saying that they should limit the pillars to these tactics. We're saying the brand pillars should be the focus for everything they do from this point forward. And these are the tactics that we feel are immediately important to focus on. So going forward, experience. Chiefs University, they should continue to work with that. We think really focusing on the employees and the training is important, but it's equally focused on how you incentivize those employees. So we want to have an employee incentive program that essentially, there's a sign near the cash register that says, if the employee did something spectacular today, went above and beyond, fill out a card with their name, right? And if the employee gets a card written out about them, they get a $4 rate card. If they get 10 cards in a month, they get a $50 gift certificate, and so forth and so on, to really incentivize employees to go above and beyond. And the truth is, in terms of cost, if a customer went through the effort to fill out that card, you've already made up your money, right? Because that customer had a great experience, they're going to come back, you're going to get that return trip. In terms of the aromas, we thought about venting bakery aromas into the vestibule, which you can do if it's within 100 feet of the entrance. And it costs about $2,000 to do it, using a fan and a ventilation duct system. And that means when you first walk in, those bakery products that they love, you get that right in your face. It's right there. It really catches the customer. We also want to work on, I'm going to talk about meal solutions, but we want to have samples of those. So speaking of the third pillar, family tradition, which is about the service side. You'll see our first suggestion here is they should be sponsoring local sporting events because local sports are huge. But it's also about the products you offer and the deals you offer to really incentivize customers to maintain those family traditions that are important. So when you look at the product, you'll see we have this meal deal. And this is an idea. You provide instructions on how to cook the meal along with 4 or 5 items that the overall price of the package is less than the price of the components. And the idea is you raise your basket with it because you're getting them to buy more. But you're also getting them, you're really supporting that dinner at home, that family meal at home that might be more difficult in the low-income areas that they're serving. And the other side is Campers Corner. Outdoor activities, huge in their market. And so we suggested having a merchandised area of the store that supports that, those activities. So like a certain area that just has like trail nuts, like trail mix, and the other things you can get if you're going camping. And by supporting these activities and these lifestyles that are a huge part of their customer's life, they become associated with it, right? We want Chiefs to be the place you go to serve your family. The last one's value, which is obviously hard. They have a lot of value, very value-focused customers that are hard to compete with. But we decided it's not about being the same price. It's about being at a price that is affordable and close. And there's some solutions we have to doing that. Stephanie in here is going to talk about private label and their supply relationship. But on the other side, they can do things like buy off sizing, buy in closeout deals, bundle packs in big sizes that a guy like Walmart isn't going to buy. Right? They're only going to buy what they can logistically buy and fit on the shelf. Chiefs has the advantage of being able to be flexible in that and being able to get deals for their customers that they might not be able to get. So if you move on, we'll see here, this is a wall of values in a wait for an operated store that is essentially a place where they can, it represents the value image, right? This is a physical location where customers know they will receive value. And we're very big fans of this in terms of fixing that value image and that gap that Nate talked about. So now I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie to talk about the actual